Okay, moving right along with the vocal evaluations.
Hi, 次はショーン君。
はい。はい。
Yeah, this dude was one of the most interesting performances for sure.
ショーン君の奥に起こっている感情が僕に感じられます。
It was cool, man. It was cool.
ショーン君が一番印象に残ってます。人と違うなっていうスター性を感じることができたし、
自分で振りを作っていてすごい才能を持ってるなっていうのをとても感じたからです。
Yep.
はい、今まで生まれてきた中で一番嬉しい感情だと思います。あとボーカルで使用させていただくのは、WXY の谷幸さんの曲なんですけれども、曲で感じているリズムとか感情を伝えるっていうのを一番大切にしているので、その曲を選びました。一番心配なのはあまり歌の経験がないので自信はないです。
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you know.
ボーカルではうまくダンスのように感情を込めてちゃんと歌えるようにならないといけなかったので、
As long as he understands that.
聞かせてもらいます。
お願いします。
流したテレビの音、ためてしまった洗濯物は今日こそ晴れでもあえて外には出ないでよ。はいナイスナックとアルコールで乾杯をしよう。二人睡も舞も噛み合わないとしてもお互い寄り添うように少しずらしてみようよ。君はくれた太陽月で隠れないよ。輝きた山のように歌うメロディー戯れる slowly falling day 愛してるも通り越して似たもの同時越して年老いるまで笑っていたいね。君がなきゃ lonely lonely day 夢の中 falling sleep and bed 起こすからモーニングコールで I protect you forever baby。
I think he's gonna say something about the falsetto as opposed to singing in full voice. Sean looked really tense, man. He looked, incredible. I think he's gonna point that out too. So, because we've seen it in the past series and everything. But he's gonna say like, when you're dancing, it's all animated and it's all over the place and it's a great expression. But when you're singing, you're like frozen in that, space, because you're too worried about the stability of the vocals and too focused on the pitch and the rhythm and stuff. It's a cool song. Again, like there's such nice melody lines, in these songs, right? These arpeggios that are like, if you get the pitch and you're secure in the pitch, it's not difficult to find these. You know what I mean? Like you can know exactly where they are, because every single pitch relative to the one before it and after it, you can totally pinpoint these intervals and stuff. But you see there's great little arpeggiations of the chords that make it very intuitive also. But if you don't have like the background, the training, then it can be a tall order.
리ズム感は本当にいいです。
Yeah.
いいです。
ありがとうございます。
이 노래는 이제 24분 음표 셔플 리듬이기 때문에 이 출렁이는 박자를 타는 게 쉽지 않은데 그거에 대한 아주 동물적인 감각이 있는 것 같아. 박자감이 굉장히 좋아.
This 24-note shuffle rhythm thing, I mean, you don't really have to worry about that. There's an accent on 2 and you count in 4. There's an accent on 2 and 4. As long as you can hear that, it's not really that difficult.
でも悪くはないです。
ありがとうございます。
でも問題は自信です。自信です。昨日踊る時と今日歌う時は全然違い人です。어저께 춤출 때는 막 감정이 안에서 막 뿜어져 나왔는데 오늘은 정말 거의 너무 무표정의 움직임도 거의 없고 감정이 하나도 안 드러나. 감정이 하나도 안 드러나. そして고온이 아가로 토끼 가성이 아니라 진성으로 자꾸 불러버려야 돼. そうしてこそ実力が高まります。
わかりました。
お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございます。
You sit at the piano, you find that, whatever it has to da 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 da, you find that note, ding 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 ding, and you find it in your vocal as well. And it this is one of those things that this guy could do it. I know he can. But his approach to practicing and figuring it out is what he needs to understand, like how to do it, how to get there, because he is very secure in dance because he knows that. So the emotion is it's going to be there either way. And if he can get a strong grasp of the singing part, strong enough, it'll be the same thing. The emotion to this guy's very intuitive. It seems, because you got to think of it either way. He's supremely confident in dance, right? But really, really intimidated by the thought of singing. And if you look at the performances for what they are, it's exactly what you see, right? So as soon as he becomes confident in singing, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see confidence. You're going to see the emotion. That's what's going to happen.
렌슈와 아따마데 퍼포먼스するときは胸でするべきです。
the one informs the other. Okay, the practicing with the head is the horse, and performing with the heart is the cart.
練習する時は発声、音程などを一つ一つ考えながらきちんと直すべきですけど、ステージに立った時は全部忘れて、その瞬間に自分自身を投げるべきです。自分の魂が歌詞の内容を感じて自由に思いっきり表現できるように。わかりますか？
はい、はい、
だから歌う時は音程と発声についての心配は全部忘れてください。
I had a colleague of mine when I was in college, you know, and going for the music degree. And I remember, I can't remember what the performance was. I think we just did. We were in one of the classrooms for something. I can't even remember what we were doing, but the guitarist went in there and we had performed. I don't even remember why we did it, but I remember we were in this room. It's a room that we used all the time for choir practice and things like that. And in other words, it was another class. It wasn't guitarist class, right? It wasn't for us. We went in there and we performed as part of something that they had going on, and so that's why, like, the class, the crowd was like a different crowd than, you know, would normally perform for, but it was the other students. And afterwards, you know, one of the guys that I know who did it, he was a different instrument, different major. I think he was a cellist, but he came up to me and he said, "You know what? When you perform, you become like a different person." He said, "You're one of those, like, there's who you are, like, you know, every day, like, you know, as we always encounter you. But then when it comes time to perform, you change, like, into somebody else when you do." And it's part of that, throwing yourself into the moment, you know. You go, okay, I mean, I practiced, and, you know, here we go. That's it, right? So but there's something about it, you know, because you can see that when Sean did the dance, right? Like, he's totally just like you know, JYP said, becomes a different person, man. He's all about it. He's in that moment, but it's a very real thing.
次はミラク君。
はい。
And it's fun too.
안녕하세요, 미라키입니다. 안녕하세요, 미라키입니다. 노래는 배워본 적이 없지만 열심히 제 방식으로 준비했습니다. 잘 부탁드립니다. 안녕하세요. 저는 일본에서 온 14살 미라키입니다.
He's going for it. Yeah.
J.Y.Park さんとか韓国のアーティストの方が日本に来たりして、その日本語を喋ってるのを見て、なんか伝えようとしてるんだなっていうのがとても伝わってきて、すごく嬉しかったんですよ、自分が。
안녕하세요. 저는 일본에서 온 미라크입니다. 제가
その自分が韓国語を話すのが上手じゃなくても、韓国語で話すことによってその J.Y.Park さんに伝えたいことが少しでも伝わるかなと思って用意しました。
안녕하세요. 미라크입니다. 안녕하세요. 저는 일본에서 온 14살
バラードみたいな曲だとその本当に上手な子と差がつきすぎちゃってなんかちょっとまずいなと思ったので、そのバラードじゃない曲の中でも一番その思いを伝えやすいような曲を選びました。
Out of the songs that weren't ballads, so there's a list of songs that they're able to choose. Okay.
Where you go? Let me through it.
カラオケに学校から帰ってすぐ行って毎日自分が納得するまで練習してました。
Karaoke
ない
practice.
からそのうまく上手に歌おうっ
It's
て
good.
いうの
It's,
は
I
も
mean,
ち
you
ろんな
know,
んですけど、
whatever helps
自
you.
分の気持ちを J.Y. パークさんに伝えるように歌おうかなと思って、自分がそういう気持ちになったと思って歌うってことですね。そうすれば少しでもちょっと気持ちは伝わるんじゃないかなと思って。僕だけでいる気持ちになるから。
はい、聞かせてもらいます。
はい。お願いします。
Where you going? Don't let me through it. この僕だけ残してこんなにも I wanna more 今少しでもいいか止まらない時計の針と Living on あら一人で思い出話にしないでも僕だけでいる気持ちになるからキザになりたくないよ Take me to you Too fast 君に合わせまた転ぶ僕は未だにここにいるよ前に僕らが歩いたこの道で一人 Walking on the way 冷えすぎるよそうか少しずつ足重くなりそうも先にいた僕の姿は前怖い写真のようなる過去のものと飛び切りになるのが怖くて夢乗せた汽車も動かなくなって僕だけが目の前の愛でまだ届かなそうで怖いんだもん昼も夜も悩み暗い同じ場所で変わりないありきたりな曲や歌詞が前と何も変わらない
He's got good rhythm, man. He can handle the rap parts.
時には笑い自分を強く持ってさらけ出した大勢の人の前で証明たまに自信なくてこの姿全てが僕以外のみんなが先に進んでいつも隣にいてやつの遠く何も見えないにも Yeah Too fast 君に合わせまた転ぶ僕は未だにここにいるよ前に僕らが歩いたこの道で一人 Walking on the way 冷えすぎるよそうか少しずつ足重くなりそうも先にいた僕の姿は怖い写真のようなる過去のものと取り切りになるのが怖くて夢乗せた汽車も動かなくなって僕だけが目の前の愛でまだ届かなそうで怖いんだもん
What a cool song. Okay, so the rap part's obviously rhythmically demanding on that, but Miraku's got that. Like he can do it. He can rap. I was actually impressed by the lower register. What's so great about this song is that it doesn't jump from one, a lower register to a higher register and then jump back down. You gotta stay on the lower end for a while, right? Basically for like a verse or half a verse or something, and then the second half is like mid, right? It's not yet high, but it's no longer low, and it's not just like a line and then move on. There's a whole phrase or verse that's there. So you have to really, maintain it throughout. And then finally in the higher register, that's really cool as far as the song goes, Yeah, he has a really, really awesome rhythm, a really nice low to mid range. His high end, I don't think it didn't sound bad, but I wonder if, he's going to get the same feedback as far as making it fuller, having a fuller, higher pitch, or the higher end, fuller voice. But it was really fun. It was really fun. You know what I mean? I think he was nervous, but I think he managed to sort of get into the moment, and that was fun. It was fun to watch. It was fun to listen to. I wonder what JYP is gonna say.
이 노래가 벌써 앞부분하고 그 후렴 올라가기 직전에 한 옥타브 차이가 나거든. 그거를 낮은 멜로디와 높은 멜로디 둘 다 이렇게 부르는 게 쉽지가 않은데 자꾸 생각보다는 잘 불러. 자꾸 생각보다는 잘 불러. ここに上がる時も喉を締め付けないで開いた発声で歌うから歌についての可能性は高いと思います。何よりもいいことは歌う時に自分の実際の話のように歌うことです。
昼も夜も悩み黒い同じ場所で変わりないありきたりな曲や歌詞が前と何も変わらない身を正していつも恥ずかしくないようにして
I think his breath control could be a little bit tighter.
ストーリーテリングをしているように見えることは本当に大事です。
Maybe one of those finer points that makes a stronger performance.
ずっと真面目に練習してください。お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
Wow. Still not a cube. Man, dude. It's brutal, dude. Oh. That was good. That was obviously the strongest performance so
自分の一番伝えたい
far.
ことが伝わってすごい嬉しかったです。
次の参加者、ソダイ。ソダイ。
こんにちは。高校2年生16歳三浦壮大です。よろしくお願いします。
練習の時にちょっと聞いて、壮大くんの声量とか綺麗な高音があったんで。
ものすごく歌唱力が高くて
歌声聞いとってさすがやなってもう率直に思いました
今回ボーカルミッションで清水翔太さんの「ホーム」という曲を選んだのですが、僕も歌手の夢を叶えるために韓国に来て JYP という新しい家ができたのですが、そこでも大変なことがあるとよく自分も日本にいた時のことを思い出したりもしました。その時の気持ちとこの曲の内容がすごく合っているなと思い、僕の自分の話と感情を乗せて歌えるなと思ったので、
So he found an emotion to tie to it. Good, good.
今さら帰れないよ までも思い出すよ
個人的に高音を出す時に少し楽に聞こえる声を出したかったので、そこをいつも意識して歌ってたんですけど、
震えるほど映し出す。
パク・ジノンさん自体がすごいボーカルがすごい上手な方なので、自分がどのような評価を受けることができてとても心配です。
So yeah, on par with expectations for Sodai. Another really good song, man. The melody. What I really like about this one is the way that that hooky high note part. You know, it's a sustained note followed by some legato notes that are, you know, smaller subdivisions like quarter notes, and then it goes into a little bit more of a complex rhythm, and it's all tied together in that one line. It's really cool. It's a really cool part, but a very colorful song. The vocal range across this, you know, and he's able to bring out a lot of the color contrast between all of these parts. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But it's good. It's a good performance. It's important that he was able to find an emotion that he could personally sort of anchor to with the song.
一つ直すべきところは、이 노래를 부를 때 두 번 높은 음이다 라고 미리 생각을 하면 딱 힘을 줘, 성대에. 1절에 한 번, 2절에 한 번 두 군데 있는데 그냥 불렀으면 올라갈 텐데 고음이야, 높은 음이야 라고 미리 생각을 하고 이미 거기에서 몸을 힘을 줘. 이걸 안 해야 돼. 그거 안 했으면 시원하게 올라갔을 거야.
네.
その一つ。それ以外は全部良かったです。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
First one to grab two. Got two of the stones.
ずっと聞きたいような声だったので、
壮大くんが歌ってる世界にすごく入り込んでしまうような歌声だったので、すごい歌ってた瞬間圧倒されて、ちょっと驚きがすごかったです。
全部すごいと思います。とっても魅力的からずっと繰り返して聴けます。でも
man, this seems very, very challenging, you know what I mean? Just this series, everybody's very good. Even the, it's a little bit different with vocals, right? It's a little bit more intuitive to discern, like, okay, there's some things that need to be worked on here and there, and so difficult to get a cube, it's wow, this is gonna be quite interesting, and the rankings that come out of this too, and who's able to grab a cube. I think Miraku has a good chance of being one of those that gets the cube, and once they go to do the rankings and decide if anybody else should receive a cube. And that's because of how interesting the performance was and the song itself. I think that's going to really stand out at that point, But man, this is a great series so far. Everybody's very positive, everybody's got they really do have a great take on what it is that they need to do, and staying very even the ones who kind of take it, Sean, you could tell he was like, oh no, you know what I mean, like he did have it was very impactful, right, to not do as well as he would have hoped to, but I don't doubt that these guys can figure it out and really put together everything that they need to for the showcase performances. These are going to be nuts, dude. This is going to be insane. When you get groups of these guys, 3 or 4 together performing, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. They're going to do some wild stuff. I think it's going to be really fun by the time we get to those group performances. That's going to be great. That really is going to be something to see. But man, it seemed like so difficult to get a cube. You know what I mean? Like really just, oh man, like it's razor thin margins between, what separates something that's needs work, something that's good, and it's something that's great. But with the vocals, you can tell when it's like really awesome. Man, we'll see. It'd be interesting to see how many cubes come out of this. That was really only 4 at the beginning, so there's still a ton left to go. I don't know. So we had 14 cubes out of the dance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get less out of the vocal, portion of the evaluations here. A little bit less. But it's very early. It's hard to really call it right now. I mean, it is only the first 4. I mean, there's still so many to go. So we'll just have to find out, man. But I think Miraku could pull off a stone, in the final sort of assessment. But we'll see. Sodai did a great job. Some really interesting songs too. There's a lot of this stuff I haven't heard before, especially the sort of J-pop artists and those songs and everything. I haven't heard this stuff before, but actually really nice composition and songwriting. Very interesting sounds, for sure. Man, this is what makes it a good series too. There's so much that I don't know and can't anticipate about the music itself, right? Which is going to inform what the dance is or what the vocal performance is like. And there's so much that's like brand new to me, so it's really fun. It's really fun to see it.